Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about all 12 signs and how the year of 2016 will have its effects on you. The sign that I would like for you to take in reference to is your ascendant sign. Your ascendant sign is based on your birth time. And to find that out, you can go to my website, galacticcenter.org, put in your birth information into the free chart calculator, and find out which sign you're to be following today. Another sign that's very important is to know your moon sign. But if this isn't possible, of course, you can always refer to your sun sign, but don't refer to your Western tropical sun sign, because with Vedic astrology, your sign generally will fall backwards one full sign. And to note this, you can always go to the free chart calculator on my website, galacticcenter.org. So to begin with, let's start with the sign of Aries. If your ascendant is Aries, this means that Jupiter and Rahu are in your fifth house. And this is the house of new births. This depicts something about a new birth coming into your life. And you will have some great ideas. This is a year that you can do very well with investing. And also your love life will prosper and grow because the fifth house deals with love and romance. And this also means that K2 will be in your 11th house. So there may be a big change in terms of the people that you're friends with, your groups, your organizations that you hang out with are about to change. But the Saturn-Mars are in your 8th house. The 8th house is about birth and death. So that is primarily what this year will be about for you, new births, but there is the possibility of death and major changes coming from people that may be on their way out or ill. This will probably be the year that you can find there's going to be change with letting go of people from your past or possibly deaths. And this will bring changes in your financial predicament, such as legacies or money that comes through endings, such as divorce, things like that. So this is the year of birth and death. If your ascendant is Taurus, this means the Jupiter-Rahu conjunction is in your 4th house. And this means you have the possibility of a big change of residence, a move, bigger place, more space. But issues around your mother could be very difficult. If your mother is not feeling well, please make sure she has treatment or goes to the doctor, because there can be some serious implications around family, mother, but moves and a larger house or home, and career. Because K2 is in your 10th house, your career will change. Your boss will change. Maybe the organization you work for has a buyout or a big transformation. Where you go to work and what you do at work is about to change. The Mars-Saturn conjunction will be in your 7th house. This represents relationships. So if you have not been honest, truthful, or clear in your relationships, you're looking at a possible breakup. So this is the year to come clean, to work on your relationships, because you're walking on thin ice. There could be some serious implications with how you relate in your relationships in your life. If your ascendant is Gemini, this means the Jupiter-Rahu conjunction's in your 3rd house. 3rd house deals with mass communications, media. So this is the year of advertising yourself, getting out there in a big way, and travel. You'll be traveling extensively throughout this year. But most of all, this is the time that you could be writing that book in some form or fashion. Information is going to get out there. You are the teacher. And this can also represent learning new information, possibly going back to school or reading, but gathering more insight in information. This means that K2's in your ninth house. So your beliefs, your spirituality will become deeper, more evolved consciousness. And your father could have some major issues and problems. The Mars and Saturn conjunction are in your sixth house. And this revolves around work, employees, people that you work with. There could be some radical shifts and changes here. Maybe they may leave you standing when you need the help the most. So there's some problems there. Also, if you have an elderly pet, this could be a difficult time for pets. They could leave your life at some point in this year. But take care of your own health. Your health is very important, and you are overly taxed and stressed throughout this year. If your ascendant is Cancer, this means the Jupiter-Rahu conjunction's in your second house. Second house is about finances and money. There are going to be some major extremes, some ups and downs, but the good news is there's going to be some ups. So extremes in money coming in, but be careful not to overspend this year. This puts the K2 in the 8th house, which means it's time to let go of some old resentments, things that you've been hanging on to. And this could actually deal with some kind of death, a death of maybe a person or a friendship. This puts the Mars-Saturn conjunction in your 5th house. This is not the time for new investments. And also, if you're trying to start a family, I don't recommend that this be the year, because there could be complications and problems around starting a family. If your ascendant is Leo, this means the Jupiter-Rahu conjunction's in your 1st house. This is a year of new beginnings, a new look. You are about to change. Major transformations in your life are about to happen, and a whole new direction. More independence and more confidence. This I can assure you. But this puts K2 in the 7th house, and this sometimes can represent trouble in the area of relationships. Possibility of somebody from the past coming back into your life as well. But be aware that with K2 in the 7th house, things that you haven't been truthful or honest with will be revealed in relationships. And because you have a new independence, this can take its toll in your relationships. Mars and Saturn will be in your 4th house. This is the house that deals with property and real estate. So you may find that you're very unhappy with the place that you're living, and there's a possibility you may have to move. And family matters could be contentious, could be problematic, particularly around your mother. And there could be health concerns concerning the mother. If your ascendant is Virgo, this means that the Jupiter-Rahu conjunction's in your 12th house. The 12th house deals with your own self-undoing. You need to really get in touch with your past and what it is you're doing that's preventing you from moving forward and being successful in your life. So let go of the past. On the upswing, this can mean that you will be traveling to foreign lands and countries and many connections with other cultures and foreigners. But please be careful and be aware that the 12th house deals with secret enemies. And you may find that people may be talking behind your back. And this is just something that you got to let go of. It can't bother you because it's their issue and it's their problem. But with this means K2's in your 6th house. And with K2 in the 6th house, you must get rest. You must take care of yourself. And there can be some losses around pets. And at the time of need, when you really need the help the most, it seems like you're totally unsupported at work. So watch for that. The Mars and Saturn conjunction are in your 3rd house. 3rd house deals specifically with education and school and your communication skills. So be aware that you may be coming off too strong, and if you're going to school, you may find that your classes are a lot harder than you intended, and you may have to talk to that teacher. Brothers and sisters, siblings, major problems. Be aware they could be having a major issue and problem in their life, or you could have a contentious relationship this year with one of them. If your ascendant is Libra, this means that the Jupiter-Rahu conjunction are in your 11th house. And this is the year that you're going to meet those influential people that will help you in the direction of your career and your success. So be aware. New friends, new opportunities through friends will come your way. And that older sibling may be over the top, a little too much for you to handle this year. This means that K2's in the 5th house. So if you have children, be aware that you could have problems, or there's a disconnection, or maybe this is the year of an empty nester. All your children are leaving, gone away, but you just don't feel as close as you did at one time with your kids. And be aware of where they are at all times. The Mars and Saturn conjunction are in your 2nd house. So this is the year of great expenditure, financial. You have to pull back, tighten the belt a little bit. But for the most part, money can come in, but it seems like it goes out just as fast. If your ascendant is Scorpio, this means the Jupiter and Rahu conjunction are in your 10th house. This is the house of career success. You can expect major expansion, promotion, opportunities with your work and your career, possibly new jobs, or possibly you can become the boss this year. This means, though, that K2 is going to be in your 4th house, so expect major changes around property, real estate, where you live. This may be in relationship to career opportunities. You may have the opportunity to move based on the fact of growing expansion in your work. The Mars and Saturn conjunction are in your 1st house, and this makes it difficult. It makes it stressful. You have to take care of yourself, and this can even be indicative of accidents or problems with even, being impulsive and impatient. So slow down, otherwise you can have an injury. If your ascendant is Sagittarius, this means that the Jupiter-Rahu are in your 9th house. And this means major travel throughout this year, a new learning, expansion in consciousness and your awareness, in your spiritual pursuits. This will be the most important aspect of your life, but expect some world travel. And the father, if your father is alive, you can expect that there will be expansion and change in his life, and sometimes not necessarily always good. So make sure that your father is well taken care of. This means that K2's in your 3rd house. There could be some problems around brothers and sisters. But at the same time, you will find that learning and education becomes something that you can't get enough of. You're always reading, always learning, expanding your mind. The Mars-Saturn is in your 12th house. Be careful around dark places. This deals with secret enemies, and sometimes this can represent thieves or robberies. So make sure if you have an alarm system that you use it this year. And once again, with Mars and Saturn in your 12th house, this can deal with hospitals. So take care of your health. If your ascendant is Capricorn, this means that the Jupiter-Rahu conjunction's in your 8th house. This is the year of money coming to you through other people. Of course, this can be an inheritance. So this can represent death or That money that's due to you through other people will come through legacies, inheritance, or through a divorce settlement. And remember, this can even be representative of investors in the work that you do. This means that K2 is in your second house. So I feel like it's time for you to give, to be more generous, because what you give always comes back tenfold. The Mars and Saturn conjunction are in your 11th house. So it's a time of breakdown of old friends, friendships, people from the past. It's time to eliminate those friends that have been totally draining throughout the years. If your ascendant is Aquarius, this means the Jupiter-Rahu conjunction is in your 7th house. This can be the year of marriage. It could be the time of great attractions, that relationship becomes more serious and committed. But be careful. Rahu is extreme. It can represent a very extreme relationship, even attraction to unlikely people that you never thought would be a part of your life, foreigners. But if you are married, take this time to really look into developing good communication skills, because this could represent problems in an existing relationship, possibly because of other suitors or attractions. This means that K2's in the first house, which means you don't feel totally connected to the world this year. You feel kind of out of sorts and alienated in many ways, but it is a year of major shifts in your awareness and who you are. Even the way you look appears to be different. The Mars and Saturn conjunction are in your 10th house, so those of you that have Aquarius as your ascendant, expect major changes in your career. There could be the loss of a job, layoffs, things of that nature. Things will be ending in the area of job and career, but that can always open doors to new opportunities. If your ascendant is Pisces, then this means the Jupiter-Rahu conjunction are in your 6th house. And this means this is the year of changing old habits, getting healthier, because there may be some kind of a scare or extreme that will make you look at your health as something, as the most important aspect of your life. Because if you don't have your health, as the saying goes, you don't have anything. You could be bringing in new pets, new work ethic, and people around you in the work field could suddenly become more supportive and helpful. This means that K2's in your 12th house. So this is a year of spiritual understanding and transformation. Sleep is very important. Take the time out to get the proper sleep you need. This means Mars and Saturn are in your 9th house, and this means that your spiritual beliefs are going through a transformation. You will believe differently. You may find that you're a little bit more cynical about this, but you have reason to question. And when it comes to school and higher education, you may have some problems with a teacher, or you may be disappointed in a teacher or a guru. Something about your spiritual beliefs will be tested this year. So with that, we've covered all 12 of the signs, and I hope you have a better look of how this year will be unfolding for you. And if you would like further information or like a personal reading with me, you can always go to my website, which is galacticcenter.org, and click on Schedule a Reading. So Happy New Year, and I look forward to seeing you soon.